Hey everyone, and welcome to a Replay Retro short, and I apologise in advance for scene-stealing dogs like this one and that one over there, but this is the only space I have at the minute to do this video. As most of you will know, I don't really do pickups videos very often. In fact, the only pickup slash unboxing I can really think of, other than the mystery crates, was when I unboxed the N64DD a while back, and let's be completely honest, that was more to justify the enormous and stupid expense that was an N64DD. But recently I had a bit of a spending spree. I'm sure you all know that I'm rather interested in items that commercially flopped or are generally perceived to be a bit of a failure, and I was aware of 3 such items that I wanted to check out for myself. And so I, instead of buying one of them, you know, like a sensible person might, or none of them, like a really sensible person might, I bought all 3. And that's what we're going to have a quick look at today. If anyone wants, I may do full reviews of some of these items later on. But for now, we will just unbox them so that you have something to look at, and you know what tat looks like. So, first of all, in no particular order, we'll go for this big box at the back, because it's probably the least interesting one. I think a lot of people will recognise this as soon as I pull it out. So, everything, and this cardboard, these are already pre-cut. Pull that out. A lot of bubble wrap, well packaged. These are all actually US imports. They were all things that I couldn't find in this country, so I imported them because I'm an idiot like that. This is really well wrapped. Can you tell what it is yet? I can't actually do impressions of Rolf Harris anymore, can you? That's not really recommended or wise. Yes, that's right, boys and girls. It's the Roll'n' Rocker. Oh yes. As you can see, this is a NES controller, and basically in 1988, LJN, we all know how good most of their Nintendo-related merchandise is, invented a controller which you place on the floor like this. You stand on top, and when you lean, you apparently control the game. Or not, as is more likely the case. There should be somewhere, yep, a socket to plug in a normal controller, because you still require that for the A and B buttons. This is basically your D-pad. So yeah, item number 1, the Roll'n' Rocker. Did any of you guess it was the Roll'n' Rocker? If so, 1 point for you. Next. Oh, this is crap everywhere. Which one's the next? Yeah, I think this one we'll go with next in order. We'll go in order of ridiculousness. So that was the least ridiculous. Next up, we have this. You will all have heard most likely of the Game Genie. Well, this is by the same guys. This is a Camerica product made by Codemasters. What the Enhancer was advertised as is basically this little device here. This is, by the way, brand new and unopened, because none of them sold. So realistically, it's not a difficult thing to have them unopened, and I will be opening this. Basically, the Enhancer was advertised as upgrading, yeah, that's right, read that there, upgrade your Nintendo Entertainment System. And it claimed that it contained more RAM, and so you could play enhanced versions of games. So games that had already been released, the version on the Aladdin would be even better. Some people have told me that's not actually true, and that it doesn't contain anything other than the lockout chip information, basically. So it's more likely that what this was for is so that instead of a game cartridge costing the amount it did for a company to produce, and therefore at retail around £40, because bits of the game, including the memory and the lockout chip, could be automatically built into this part, the game cartridge could be cheaper, because obviously all you're doing is you plug the game cartridge into the Enhancer, which then goes into the console and looks like one cartridge. So basically all the bits that are in every single NES cartridge are contained within the Enhancer, and only the game ROM itself is in the cartridge. Clever little idea actually, really, and had it been produced earlier in the Nintendo Entertainment System's life, it would have probably caught on, but as it did, it clearly didn't. It also came with a load of games for it, including Big Nose Freaks Out, Linus Spacehead's Cosmic Crusade, for Quattro Sports, Micro Machines, which actually I probably don't want to chuck that, it's probably quite good, for Quattro Adventure, which is another Linus game, Dizzy, Boomerang, and Super Robin Hood, as opposed to Rubbish Robin Hood, and The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. There is also, I believe, actually another Dizzy game in there, because Codemasters, as I say, created this, and pretty much all its launch games were Codemasters related. And you can see here, this was Parents' Choice approved in 1992 by the Parents' Choice Foundation, so you know it's good. So yeah, that is another item I've picked up that is probably complete tat and of no interest to anyone, and I paid probably more than I should, but hey ho! Next! And this one, this really is... This is the epitome. This is it. I've heard a lot of bad things about a lot of peripherals. This thing seems to really take the abuse. Most people won't have even heard of it, although you may have seen AVGN with one of these items. So yeah, let's have a look at what's inside the third and final box. That's right, it's the Victormax Virtual Reality Stuntmaster. That's right, kids. Who needs the Oculus Rift or PSVR or HTC? God damn, there's too many different versions of VR at the minute. When you have technology for the 21st century. The Great Virtual Reality Escape. Love conquers all. I don't think so. Jesus, this is just full of quotes that are brilliant. At last, a gift to the people. Reality for the mass. I'm pretty sure the masses already have reality. Pretty sure they do. Oh, really, this is full of quotes. I'm loving you, babe. You don't need a TV anymore. That's it. Go to your room, okay? God, this is 90s cheese turned all the way. It's past 11. This is 90s cheese turned up to 12. Wow. For those that don't know, it is basically a pseudo virtual reality headset. There is a screen that basically sticks to your face, the quality of which I'm assured is very similar to the Game Gear's screen, so not really something you would want glued to your face. The system detects your movements of your head, so up, down. Obviously the games aren't designed for virtual reality, so much like the Roll 'n' Rocker, it basically detects your movements and turns those into the D-pad movements. So I assume you need to use a control pad for the buttons still. I don't know. Yeah, this stick, I 100%, I'm not lying to you, this stick, which contains no electrical parts, no nothing, this is a plastic stick with a clothes peg on the end. This is how the system detects your head up and head down movement. Honest to God. This came with, let's just get it out a little bit so you can go, I'm going to destroy the box getting it out. It comes with different components to work with the Super Nintendo, so you can see you've got pass-through controller gubbins there, and likewise for the Mega Drive you have similar such gubbins that will take obviously the video feed and also transmit the controller feed. You have an operator's manual, regulations compliance doodah, something about sticking things in your nose, something else about an adapter for the new compact Sega. Most people that I've seen that have this don't have the adapter to use with the Mega Drive Model 2. That's pretty cool. I mean, well, it's not, but you know, it also is. This is the resume, or the curriculum vitae, as it's known over here, of Victor Max, prepared by his terrorised staff. That's right, the 90s cliche crap continues inside the box. Unbelievable. A really great evening to him is alone, working productively in his secluded orbit lab. Should that be orbital lab? I don't know. Maybe it's a Labrador called Orbit. God knows. So yeah, guys, this is the enormous, shuddering amount of junk I have bought recently. I think this actually came with Star Fox. At least it was supposed to. Is Star Fox in it? Yes, there it is. And apparently it's supposed to work really well with Star Fox. This is pretty much apparently the one game that actually looks pretty cool on the Victor Max, from what I've heard, if you can ever get it out of the bloody bag. Put it in the bag the other way round, you foolish, foolish man. There you go. So, you know, an American copy of Star Fox there with the label peeling a bit. And the back of the plastic snapped. So probably not going to fit in the console and play, but maybe will. Who knows? So yeah. That looks... Has that sticker scraped off and someone has tried to draw Super Nintendo back on? Oh, good lord. What do I spend my money on? Oh. God. Please go watch some of my old ad videos and click the adverts so I can make some revenue for this crap. Or, you know, sponsor me on Patreon. I'm not going to be able to eat this month.